Good afternoon, Facebook, and welcome to episode 19 of Ask Angelika. Guten Tag, Angelika.
Guten Tag,
Wie
Steven.
geht's?
Mir geht's
Wie geht's?
gut. Mir geht es sehr gut. Dir auch?
Mir auch. See, I got it right this week. So, right. Now, we have a topic today, and today's topic is
Gardening.
Over to you, Mom.
Yes. Right, gardening. So I've got two magazines here. Now, I know of quite a few students who are also very interested in gardening. So, of course, getting a German magazine about gardening is a great idea. And I can do that because whenever I go to Germany, I normally pick up one or two. But not everybody can, because you may not go to Germany or it's not that easy. So I had a look. The two magazines that I bought, one, for example, is called Kraut und Rüben. And they're online. They have, most of those probably have a website, but I've looked at two. And the first one I thought we can have a look at is Kraut und Rüben.
And
that,
right on cue, I'll bring up the title. Okay, almost on cue.
Almost on cue. Kraut und Rüben is the only magazine I've, so far, unless things have changed in the last few months, the only magazine in Germany that only covers vegetable gardens or allotments. Every other magazine I found in German is a general gardening magazine which covers mainly flowers and, patio designs and things like this, including some vegetables as well, whereas Kraut und Rüben only covers vegetable gardening. So that's why I bought this for a while when I had my allotment. And we've got some sentences.
We do indeed have some sentences. Oh, yes. I did read them first, but I'm going to try reading them out again. Okay. Kräuter gelten im Blumengarten als guter Partner von Obst und Gemüse. How's my pronunciation, first of all?
That was actually pretty good, except it's Biogarten. Garten, sorry. That's an I and not an L.
Biogarten. Okay, I'll take that. Right, okay. Now, as we're talking about the garden, I'm going to say that Biogarten, is that just a general garden or a particular type of garden?
Well, it's a normal vegetable garden, really, but it is an organic garden. They actually talked about it being an organic garden, although most people who've got allotments, certainly here where we are, most of those are organic. I don't see very rarely people on allotments where they put chemicals on, but that's what it is. So bio is usually the short version for the organic garden.
Right. Now, as we're talking about vegetables and herbs and gardens, I'm going to say that the Kräuter is in fact herbs.
It is.
Good. So herbs and als guter Partner. Partner is the same word as in English. Are good partners for. Gemüse, which I know to be vegetables, and fruit, which is Obst. So herbs are good partners for vegetables and fruit.
Yes, this article I found is about the organic gardening, really. That's really small now, isn't it? But yes, herbs are regarded as good partners of fruit and vegetables in the organic garden. The idea is that you plant certain herbs next to certain plants, and it stops whichever pests you want to get rid of, or hopefully it does. And I've chosen two more sentences, I think, as examples. The article has loads more, but shall we have a look at one of them?
Yep. So just before we do, we did say Kräuter gelten im Biogarten, And the question from Stephen, hello Stephen, from both of us, is what bedeutet
Kräuter. Kräuter is, as you translated correctly, is herbs. So Kraut would be one herb, Kräuter is herbs, and Unkraut are the herbs that you don't want in the garden because they're weeds.
Unkraut.
So they're not herbs, they're all the stuff that grows in the garden that you don't want. But Kräuter are herbs.
Yeah. Some of which might look nice, but you don't want them, as we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Anything you don't want in the garden is Unkraut.
Right. So the full sentence was Kräuter gelten im Biogarten als gute Partner von Obst und Gemüse, which we said was herbs are regarded as good partners of fruit and vegetables in the organic garden.
Yeah.
And you did say there was more. So let's carry on then with number 2. And again, I'm going to try it and read it out. Kohlweisinger mögen keinen Salbeiduft. Close?
Kohlweislinge, yeah, pretty close. Kohlweislinge mögen keinen Salbeiduft. Now, unless you are interested in gardening and your German is pretty good, my guess is that most non-German speakers will have no idea what this sentence means.
Well, I can see mögen, which is like,
yeah,
and mögen keinen is don't like.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to start struggling. Kohl is a cabbage.
Yeah.
Weisslinger, so white.
Yeah.
But it's not a cabbage. It's
right. It's not a cabbage, but it's got something to do with cabbage and white. And if you're an avid allotmentier, you would know that there is something that's called in English something about cabbage and white as well, which a lot of people don't like.
Right. Okay.
It's
wow.
cabbage white butterflies.
So cabbage white butterflies don't like, and Salbeiduft I don't know. So
no, again, that's something you would need to look up. It's duft is smell. I mean, duft can mean a nice smell, but my guess is here it's probably not a nice smell because they don't like it. And Salbei is sage.
Right. So growing sage.
Yeah. So the idea is to grow sage around vegetables where you don't want the cabbage white butterfly to go on there. So if you grow it, they don't like the smell and they don't go on it, hopefully.
Right. Okay.
I'd rather not discuss whether these things really work or not because I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, I understand. Right. Now, third sentence. Schnecken machen Oregano und Thymian einen Bogen. Thymian. Einen Bogen. Schnecken are snails.
Yeah.
Machen is to make. Oregano, I'm just going to say is oregano. Thymian is thyme.
Yeah.
So
the rest is actually an idiom.
So it's machen. Sorry.
Machen something. Yeah. Einen Bogen. Yeah. Einen Bogen machen. Einen Bogen machen on its own would mean make a bow, which doesn't make any sense here at all. No. It is a saying. It means they stay well clear. So snails stay well clear of oregano and thyme. So you got anything where you know your snails, the lovely snails go to grow oregano and thyme around it, next to it or whatever, it's supposed to keep them away.
Right. So Schnecken machen Oregano und Thymian einen Bogen, which is snails stay well clear of oregano and thyme.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And the next one, number 4, is Beliebte Beet-Partner. Now,
Beet.
Beet. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Beliebte Beet-Partner.
Yeah. That was a heading of a long list afterwards. So that was the heading.
Okay, yeah. Beliebte, loved. Loved is Liebe. So beloved is popular?
Popular, yeah.
Okay. And popular... No, you got me on that one.
Well, partner obviously is partner, so popular partners, but bed is actually your vegetable bed or your vegetable plot. So the list that then followed is a list of popular partners where you partner up the herbs with certain plants to avoid the pests. Because you have an organic garden and you don't want to use any chemicals. And again, that was the heading, and I think I've given you 2 examples.
Right, and I just want to say thank you to Stephen for watching us, and I know what you mean, mate. I'll see you later. No, I don't. Hole's big enough. I'm stopping now. Right, so phrase 5 is Basilikum, Tomaten, Gurken, und Paprika, and I'm going to take a flyer at this and say it's basil, tomatoes, gherkins, or not gherkin, and peppers. Gurken is not a gherkin, is it?
No, cucumber. A gherkin actually are the little ones because they're harvested quicker. There may be a different variety. I'm not too sure actually. And then you have your pickled gherkins, which is the way they're being made, isn't it? When they're being made ready. Basilikum is the word. The pronunciation wasn't almost there. Basilikum. So basilikum is a good partner for, we've got Tomaten, Gurken und Paprika. So basil is a good partner to grow next to tomatoes, cucumber and pepper.
And we're on to part 6.
One more. Yeah, we've got one more.
Ringelblume, alle, Gemüse und Salate. Now, Gemüse is vegetables.
Yeah.
You correct my pronunciation in a minute. And Salate is salad. So salads and vegetables, and Ringelblume, I don't know. I know it's a flower, but I don't know what type.
It is. It is a flower that's supposed to keep the pests away from any vegetables, all vegetables and salads. And Ringelblume is marigold. So
sorry.
Again, somebody who is actually a really avid vegetable gardener could possibly guess. So sometimes if you know your gardening stuff and you're reading this, it's almost worth going the other way around and having a guess, thinking like, well, I don't know what that flower is, but I do know that marigold is really good. A lot of people grow marigolds in their vegetable gardens on their allotments. Right. I wonder if Ringelblume means marigold, and then when they look it up, they're saying, yes, it does. So it's a nice website. Like I said, this Kraut&Rüben only covers vegetable gardening. It's not your general garden magazine. For anybody who's interested, they also have a newsletter and they're on Facebook. So if you wanted to sort of see your weekly or daily snippets of a little bit of gardening while picking up some German words as well, that may be a good idea. I'll get their newsletter. Sometimes I only look at the headlines, but every so often I find an interesting article. So I then click on the link and read all of it. But I know not everybody is interested in just vegetable gardenings. So I also found the website of Mein Schöner Garten, which is the other magazine that I picked up. And they are also on Facebook and have a newsletter. But they also have, I've forgotten now, they're also on Pinterest and Twitter and Instagram as well. So, and those are not the only 2 magazines. There are lots more, and most likely they will be on Twitter or Instagram or any of the other sites as well.
Right. I've just shared that on Facebook.
Right. So, oh, yeah, there we are. Okay.
Yep. So the link is on Facebook. Sorry, carry on. Yeah. Okay, so you've taken phrases from Mein schöner Garten, which I'm going to say is my beautiful garden.
Mm-hmm.
And the first phrase is die Anzucht einer neuen Ananaspflanze aus dem Blattschopf der Ananasfrucht und ist kinderleicht.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay, thank you. Right. Okay. Now, ananas is.
Well, let's look at the pronunciation first. It's ananas.
Ananas.
Ja, Ananas. Die Anzucht einer neuen Ananaspflanze aus dem Blattschopf der Ananasfrucht ist kinderleicht.
Right. Okay. Ananas is. I got it right this time. Is a pineapple.
Yes.
And Pflanze is a plant, so a pineapple plant.
Yeah.
Right, and further on, pineapple fruit, and liked is liked, Kinder is children. I'm struggling a bit here, so can you help me out?
Well, kinderleicht, Kinder you said is children, leicht can be light, but it could also be easy.
Okay.
So it actually just means it's very easy, or it's like child's play. But what is very easy? The Anzucht, that's actually the cultivation. So the cultivation of a new pineapple plant. And
Blattschopf,
wow.
Is head or crown?
That's actually a very interesting word, because I tried to find it in a dictionary and I couldn't. And I've checked several dictionaries, and there is no English word for it. But what it is actually is the leafy crown. It's the bit that you always cut off your pineapple if you're buying a real pineapple rather than in the tin. And it's all those leaves at the top. You cut off the whole top and normally just bin it or put it in your compost bin.
Or give it to the chickens.
Or give it to, well, they just pick the pineapple bits. They won't eat the leaves either. But yes.
Okay.
And that is called der Blattschopf.
Okay, so I can read this bit. The cultivation of a new pineapple plant from the leafy crown of the pineapple fruit is very easy. So what we've seen is that basically a word like kinderleicht is made up of two separate words which just emphasize each other. Liked bit you said was easy, and easy for a child.
Yeah, even children can do it.
Right, okay.
So they say.
Right. And the next phrase, which is, hier lesen Sie, wie die Wärmerung funktioniert und was Sie dafür brauchen. Hier lesen Sie, wie die Wärmerung funktioniert und was Sie dafür brauchen.
Okay.
Right,
ja,
okay.
Hier lesen Sie, wie die Vermehrung funktioniert und was Sie dafür brauchen.
Right, now I can get the first bit because here you can read, and V is how. I'll come back to Vermehrung in a moment. Thank you. Funktioniert works, and what you could use it for, what you need it for.
What you need for it.
What you need for it. Okay.
Right. So now we've got the word Vermehrung. Now it has got a little word called mehr in it. What does mehr mean?
More.
Yeah. So what do you think Vermehrung could be?
Creating more?
It's making more, literally. It's a propagation, because you want to make another pineapple plant out of the leafy head. Right.
Okay. So, as I said, here you can read, and then we've just gone through how the propagation works and what you need for it.
Yeah. Now that's the proper translation of the sentence, although in an English magazine, I don't think you would find that they're saying, here you can read. They're probably just saying, find out here, or something in that line, because that was sort of the subheading. And then the rest of the article, which I haven't taken any sentences, but the rest of the article then shows you exactly what you need to do with the leafy head of the pineapple plant. It was actually quite a not too easy German article, but like most gardening magazines and that, it came with pictures. It is still fairly easy to work out if you really wanted to know how to do it, or if you've got a good idea how to do it anyway, then you can pick out some words and try and work it out, which is the nice thing. You've got the clues from the pictures. You probably even have the clue from your own knowledge already, on some of the gardening things. So there are several ways of reading a German gardening magazine, or actually any magazine. But because if you have some good knowledge anyway, because you've been reading lots of English gardening magazines, you've been trying a lot of things out, if you then read it in the German magazine and you're not too sure about the vocabulary, you can actually work it out the back way. So thinking, like I said earlier on, about the Ringelblume being marigold. If you've grown lots of marigolds in your garden, you can have a pretty good guess that Ringelblume most likely is marigold. So it's just another way again of picking up new vocabulary. Indeed.
And I saw your blog earlier in the week about Twitter, because that was very good as well. In fact, if you check out Angelika's webpage, and we'll put a link in here afterwards, then you can find lots of hints and tips on learning German. Right.
Yes,
is there anything else? Sorry.
Yes. Just to finish off with a bit about Twitter, like I said, this magazine, for example, is on Twitter as well. So you could follow them on Twitter if you're interested in gardening, and then use it to learn some more German, either by just looking at I don't know how often they tweet. I'm guessing they tweet at least daily, at the daily tweets. And if you feel brave enough, or your German is good enough, or you think your German is good enough, and even if it isn't, you just want to look at the pages, have a look at the articles as well. Click on the links and lose yourself and forget about time. And at the same time, picking up lots of German. What could be better than that?
Indeed. Great advice. Right. Would you like to close the show and make any of the comments as well? And we'll see you all next week.
I think we do need to stop because the weather is nice, and anybody who is interested in learning German and gardening, they will have just had nearly 25 minutes of learning German. So now they need to go out there and do some gardening.
Good advice. Get in the fresh air this weekend. We're guaranteed temperatures of 25 and upwards. So for everybody who's watched today, okay. Can you see the comment?
Habe es verpasst nochmal. I'm not too sure what. Was hast du verpasst? Die ganze Sendung?
Oh ja, die ganze. Jesse, welcome to the show. The replay will be here as soon as we're finished. We are here at the same time every 2 weeks, Angelika and I, and you can join Angelika's group, which is also called Ask Angelika, and keep in touch that way. To everybody who watches the replay, what do we say? Enjoy the replay and check out Ask Angelika. And any other notes today that you'd like to leave people with?
No, I haven't got any. Although if anybody has an idea for the next topic that we could discuss, if anybody is a German learner and an avid person of some other topic, which we haven't covered yet, if they let me know, I'll see if I can find out some information. As long as it's not something too difficult that I don't understand either.
Okay, but, so it's tschüss von mir.
Und tschüss von mir.
Bis next, bis 2 Wochen?
Oh, ja, bis in 2 Wochen oder bis in
2
14
Wochen.
Tagen. Ja.
Thank you, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
And